begin by recognizing the cheerleaders, then girls wrestlers, manager, and boys wrestlers. Starting with Melanie Leckley, daughter of Danielle Leckley.
We are honoring our seniors currently right now, and we're going to throw it over to our public address announcer, Calvin Weiler.
Isabel Draven, daughter of Melanie Lyles. Mia Gray, daughter of Sean and Bria Gray. And Madison Keck, daughter of Kevin and Jesse Sandersfield. And now the wrestlers on the girls' side of the ledger, beginning with Zenlin Lee, daughter of Holly and Anna Lee. Katana Panchagon, daughter of Suka and Simone Panchagon. Paris Posey, daughter of Vika and Jenna Posey. Kaya Sanders, daughter of Monique Sanders. Olivia Gordy, daughter of Amy Sanderson. Quintry Lee, daughter of Holly and Adam Lee. Angelica Miles, daughter of Elizabeth Blasco. Abby Bench, daughter of Angie McCall and Eric Bench. And Courtney Smith, daughter of Brooke and Adam Smith. And now the manager, Eden Millard, daughter of Chris and Ashley Millard and Brent and Agape Boston. And now the boys wrestlers, starting with Simone Simeon English, son of Professor and Steve. Landon Yoga, son of Alicia and Pete Yoga. Sawyer Getchie, son of Patty and Clark Getchie. Levi Evans, son of Bristol and Levi Evans. Owen Birch, son of Samantha and Nick Birch. David Beecham, son of Amanda and Nate Beecham. Ethan Peck, son of Malik and Micah Peck. Keegan Birdsall, son of Deanna and Bill Birdsall. Jefferson Avalos, son of Maribel and Fernando Avalos Ramirez. Lane Becker, son of Whitney and Jake Bernard. Juan Lopez, son of Brenda and Joshua Lopez. Jackson Newman, son of Kate Cross and Colby Newman. Colton Osby, son of Julie and Paul Osby. Charlie Goldkamp, son of Jessica Fuller. And Randy Davis, son of Gina and Mark Burns and Lynn Davis. There we have members of our wrestling team, cheerleaders, and manager. They will now take the road to their parents in the grandstand.
All right, folks, welcome to Mount Pleasant Wrestling, brought to you by Pep Stop of Mount Pleasant. We just recognized both the boys and girls teams, and I'm going to get you set up for tonight's duel. I'm a little bit out of breath because I just ran up the stairs. Joined by my producer, Colin Gracie from the top of the West Bleachers. I'm Luis Aranda. Also joined by Peter Camp today as our videographer. Mount Pleasant Live is the exclusive home for Panther Athletics, and it's powered by our broadcast partner, Midwest Old Threshers. As always, we appreciate Terry, Grant, and all of our friends at Old Threshers. It's only 230 days until the reunion. Make sure you get your multi-day passes now at a discounted rate until May 31st. Welcome to the Mount Pleasant Panther pre-match show, brought to you by Pep Stop at Mount Pleasant. Coach Abby Blint leads her team into tonight's duel with a 1-3 duel record, coming off an 0-2 showing in a triangular on January 8th, which included a 47-18 loss to Iowa Valley and a 33-30 loss to North Mahaska. The Panthers were led by senior Zenlin Lee, who scored 2 victories by pinfall at 145 pounds. Other bright spots included pinfall victories by 115-pounder Paris Fosey and 120-pounder Quintry Lee, 130-pounder Angelica Miles, and 235-pounder Courtney Smith. The Panthers also saw action on January 9th at the Highland Girls Wrestling Tournament in Riverside. Mount Pleasant sent all 10 other girls to the tournament at Highland, and it was highlighted by 3 fourth-place finishes by Quintry and Zenlin Lee at 120 and 145 pounds, respectively. Joining 130-pounder Angelica Miles, and at 235 pounds, freshman Courtney Smith earned a pinfall victory over teammate Olivia Gordy to win her bracket. For Washington, they come in tonight's contest with an 0-4-1 dual record, with their most recent contest being a 51-18 loss to Fort Madison on January 8th. Washington did get pinfall victories from Cherry Lindsay at 110 pounds and Nora Stoutner at 120 pounds. We expect to see Stoutner in action tonight. The Demons competed in North Mahaska Girls Invitational on January 10th, where 100-pounder Brynlee Finn placed 6th, Cherry Lindsay placed 5th at 110 pounds, Nora Stoutner placed 4th at 120 pounds, and Colby Greiner secured 3rd at 115 pounds. And 145-pounder Raya Wellington lost an ultimate tiebreaker in the final of the 145-pound bracket, 6-4. We anticipate having some open weights classes tonight, and we'll go over the probable matchups here momentarily, but we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this. You're watching the Mount Pleasant Panther pre-match show.
There is a season and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Pep Stop is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. Pep Stop is your one-stop shop for everything from gas, top-of-the-line car wash, a snack and a drink for the road, or a pizza on a Friday night. Stop in or call us at 319-385-4112. Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof. With a plethora of services at our disposal, no job is too small or too large for JBC. Call the number on screen now or go online at jimbartonconstruction.com.
Welcome back to the Mount Pleasant Panther pre-match show, powered by Pep Stop of Mount Pleasant. That was the national anthem sung by our 235-pounder for the girls, Courtney Smith. All right, we are getting ready to get started here. Earlier tonight, both teams were honored on senior nights. Brett Jones is our referee for tonight. You have been watching
At 105, open on both sides. At 110, freshman for Washington, Cherry Lindsay, unopposed. At 115, for Mount Pleasant, junior, Paris Posey, unopposed. At 120, for Washington, junior, Nora Stoutner, and for Mount Pleasant, sophomore, Quintry Lee. At 125, for Mount Pleasant, junior, Katana Panchatan, unopposed. At 130, for Mount Pleasant, freshman, Angelica Miles, unopposed. At 135, junior, Kaya Sanders, for Mount Pleasant, unopposed. At 140, for Washington, freshman, Bella Bangtown, unopposed. At 145, for Washington, junior, Raya Wellington, and senior for Mount Pleasant, Zenlin Lee.
All right, it looks like we'll have 2 matchups tonight for the girls.
Junior, unopposed. 155 is open, 170 is open, 190 is open, and 235 for Mount Pleasant, freshman, Courtney Smith.
We have two matches, 120, Nora Stoutner and Quincy Lee. And then at 145, Raya Wellington and Zenlin Lee. You have been watching the Mount Pleasant pre-match show powered by Pep Stop of Mount Pleasant. We'll go ahead and get started here momentarily with our first matchup. All right, at 100 pounds, it will be Brinley Flynn. She will wrestle unopposed, as Mount Pleasant does not have a 100-pounder. Brinley Flynn on the season is a freshman, 17-13 with 11 wins by fall. Over the weekend on January 8th, she lost her match in the duel with Fort Madison, 10-4 to Fort Madison's Lucille Zimmerman. And then at the North Mahaska Girls Invitational on January 9th, Brinley Flynn placed 6th, going 1-for-3 with a win by fall at 100 pounds. So that is 6 points for Cherry Lindsay will be unopposed. That'll be another 6 points for Washington. $115 will be Paris Fosey Jr. for Mount Pleasant, and it will be open for Washington, I believe. No, we do have a match. All right. Cherry Lindsay will be wrestling up and will wrestle 115 against Paris Fosey. Fosey coming in 1-1 in the most recent duel on the wrong end of a 15-9 decision to North Mahaska's Kalia Shipman at 115 pounds. Fosey then defeated Iowa Valley's Peyton Reyna by fall in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. For Cherry Lindsay, she is a freshman at 3-5. In the most recent duel against Fort Madison, she won by fall over Fort Madison's Mason Lampy at 110 pounds. Tonight she is wrestling up at 115. She placed 5th at the North Mahaska Invitational at 110, going 2-2 by pinfall. Action early on as Lindsay goes in for a shot. And Fosey, good defense there by Lindsay. Fosey in control, able to score a takedown. That's the first points. And to her back. And a pinfall for Paris Fosey. A fall in 1 minute and 5. All right. Now we go to 120, where we will have Nora Stoutner for the Demons and Quintree Lee for Mount Pleasant. Quintree Lee on the season. The sophomore is 17-10 with 14 wins by fall. That leads the team, tied with Punjin Cheng for the lead in Tech Falls with 1. Recently, Quintree went 1-0 in the duel with North Mahaska and Iowa Valley. She beat North Mahaska's Lillian Bishop by fall in 15 seconds at 120 pounds. For the Demons, Nora Stoutner comes in with 12 wins, 11 of which by fall. In the recent duel against Fort Madison, she won by fall over Fort Madison's Brinley Pickstar. Lee attempting to throw, but defense by Stoutner. She's in on a single leg. The defense there by Lee, trying to get around, stretching out her opponent, looking to get the go behind, but Stoutner is deep on that left leg. Lee now in an advantage position, If she can clear that right arm and get behind the hip, she'll score the takedown. Excellent defense by Nora Stoutner, however. And we have a takedown 3 by Lee as she looks to get a fall here. We're at 3 near fall. She's reached near fall 4 and now needs to adjust with 50 seconds remaining. If she can scoop the head and expose the shoulder blades to the mat, Quintry will get a fall. But Stoutner is trying to get to her belly and is able to escape. 3 for the takedown, 4 near fall for Quintry Lee, 7-0 with 37 seconds remaining. Quintry placed 4th at the Highland Girls Invitational 120 pounds, going 2 for 2 with victories over Lone Tree's Madeline Bell and Wilton's Dale Paulson. She ran into Highland's 5th-ranked wrestler at 120 pounds, Adley Sweeting, in the semifinals and lost by fall in 35 seconds. As Lee, trying to get Stoutner to her back, looking to get a power half, loses the grip on it, but we are going to go to the second period. Oh, we got a near fall here and ran out of time. Near fall 3, 10-0 at the end of the first period. Choice goes to Stoutner. 10-0 will start on their feet at neutral position. Stoutner at North Mahaska went 2 for 2. Both wins by fall, lost to Cardinals' Autumn Setter at 120 pounds. For Lee, this has been a breakout year for the sophomore wrestler, whose sister is senior Zenlin Lee, as both women are in 50-50 position and will go out of bound. As I said, at Highland, Quintry Lee ran into Adley Sweeting from Highland Riverside, and in the third place match, she also lost by fall to West Liberty's Kylie Collins to cinch 4th place. For the season, she's had a second place finish at the Greyhound Girls Invitational back in November, going 2-1 with 2 pins, and a loss in the championship to Pleasant Valley's Abigail Meyer. Right now, she's in the advantage position, has an undercook in, and has secured a takedown. A minute remaining in the second period. 13-0 Lee. If she can get Stoutner to her back, we are looking at potentially a tech fall situation. Lee looking to secure a cradle here. Stoutner holding on to her right leg. Now running over her head, we got a near fall here. The match will end regardless of what happens here, as 4 near fall have been counted. We are at tech fall, and now it's a matter of securing the pin in this predicament that Stoutner finds herself in. 22 seconds remaining for Quintry Lee to secure a pin. She has secured a tech fall victory regardless. If she can extend, there it is. A minute 40, 3 minutes 46 seconds in. A pinfall victory for Quintry Lee gives the Panthers a 12-6 lead in this duel. Katana Punching Tong will wrestle unopposed at 125 pounds. At 130 pounds, Angelica Miles will wrestle unopposed. At 135 pounds, Kaya Sanders will wrestle unopposed. And then we have an open weight, it appears, at 140.
140 is open.
So double forfeit there, and we'll go to our next match, one that I've been looking forward to all day, 145 pounds between Washington's Raya Wellington and senior Zenlin Lee for the Mount Pleasant Panthers. For the Demons, Raya Wellington comes in with a 26-13 record with 6 wins by fall. In the most recent duel against Fort Madison, she did take a loss by fall to Kat DePrima of Fort Madison. At the North Mahaska Girls Invitational, she placed second, going 2-1, both wins by pinfall, with a loss to North Tama's Addison Hochstetler in an ultimate tiebreaker defeat at 6-4. For the Panthers, Zenlin Lee, the only senior tonight being honored during senior night, went 2-0 in a recent duel, secured a pinfall over North Mahaska's Serenity Van Wyck, and won over Iowa Valley's Kylie Nielsen. She placed fourth at Highland, going 1-2 at 145 pounds with a win by fall over West Liberty's Jacqueline Molina, but fell by fall to Pekin's Haley Pedrick in the semis and Liberty's Callum Wu by fall in the third place match. Both women looking to secure position. Wellington in on the underhook. Raya Wellington comes from a wrestling family. Her dad, Kyle Wellington, is a coach and is on the mat side with her. He helps out with the Washington programs, both middle school, youth, as well as the high school. 54 seconds remaining. Wellington was a runner-up at the AAU Girls State JV tournament back in March, where she went 3-1 with 2 pins and a tech fall. She lost in the final to Kylie Ernst of Tiger Wrestling Club and Cedar Falls High School in 2 minutes and 44 seconds in the match. Ernst hit a reversal in 14 seconds in the second period to secure that pinfall. For Lee, she's had a roller coaster of a season, coming in at 12-9. The returning state qualifier. One of her highlights this year was winning the Willard Howell Invite. She also has runner-up finishes at the Greyhound Girls Invitational, West Liberty, and Keokuk. As this first period will go scoreless.
At the end of the first period, 0-0.
Lee will defer. And Wellington will choose the down position to start the second period. As I mentioned, Raya Wellington not only wrestles for Washington High School, she also wrestles for Empire Academy in Muscatine, where her dad also helps coach there. And her younger sister, Macy, as Raya reaches back and is unable to do anything with it. Lee maintains control. Raya's little sister, Macy, is a 5th grader, also a 90-pound state runner-up at AAU Girls State. And let me tell you something about Empire Academy in Muscatine. They are building something very special in 2 years of existence, as Raya Wellington is a step away from securing an escape, and that she does. Escape point, Raya Wellington, and it's 1-0 with 1:25 to go as Lee goes in on a shot. Wellington, underhook there from her knees, looking to flip Lee over with a cow catcher and is able to secure it. Now it's near fall, takedown 3, and a pinfall victory for Raya Wellington. With 1:10 remaining in the second period. Secure the fall at 250. Zenlin Lee, unfortunately, in her last match in front of the home crowd, goes down by fall. Colby Griner secures 6 for Washington. So the score is 30-18.
Correction, at 155, it was Bella Renega. At 170, Colby Griner for Washington, unopposed.
Griner is unopposed at 170.
Is open.
190 is open for both. And then at 2:35, Courtney Smith will check in, and this will be the end of our girls' duel. 36-30 is your final score as the Mount Pleasant Panthers secure a victory in front of the home crowd as they go 2-0 on home meets. 36-24 is your final. Congratulations to the Lady Panthers as we now gear up for the men. Pinfall victories today for Quintry Lee at 3 minutes and 46 seconds and Paris Fosey at 1 minute 5 seconds. Our wrestler of the evening for the girls is Quintry Lee, who secured the pinfall over Nora Stoutner in dominating fashion as she had a 13-0 lead before securing a near fall for 4 and then securing the victory by pinfall. And now time for the boys. We'll throw it to Cal Litweiler for the announcements.
At 1:30 for Washington, Joseph Schneider, unopposed. At 1:20 for Washington, sophomore, Johan Rendez. For Mount Pleasant, sophomore, Levi Evans. At 1:26 for Washington, senior, Edwin Portillo. For Mount Pleasant, senior, Lane Beckler. At 1:32 for Washington, sophomore, Josiah Tiffany. For Mount Pleasant, senior, Jefferson Avalon Rivera. At 1:38 for Washington, freshman, Clayton Bartholomew. For Mount Pleasant, senior, Charlie Bowenkamp. At 1:44 for Washington, senior, Peyton Griner. For Mount Pleasant, senior, Morgan Huston. At 1:50 for Washington, freshman, Junior Valdez. For Mount Pleasant, freshman, Lyman Yoko. At 1:57 for Washington, sophomore, Cash Vargas. For Mount Pleasant, senior, Ramsey Davis. At 1:65 for Washington, junior, Peyton Eisner. For Mount Pleasant, junior, Keegan Bertzel. At 1:75 for Washington, junior, Mark Chenoweth. For Mount Pleasant, senior, Jackson Newman. At 1:90 for Washington, junior, Blaine Reese. For Mount Pleasant, junior, Ethan Peck. At 2:15 for Washington, senior, Braden Vermillion. For Mount Pleasant, sophomore, Owen Birch. And at 2:85 for Washington, senior, Rudy Wolf. For Mount Pleasant, senior, Juan Lopez.
All right, thank you so much, Cal Litweiler, for our introductions of our wrestlers. The Panthers come into tonight's matchup with a record of 4-2 at a triangular on January 8th. The Panthers went 2-1 in action, where they beat Iowa Valley 40-39 and Sigourney Kyoto 53-24. Their lone defeat of the evening was at the hands of North Mahaska with a final marker of 60-21. On January 10th, the Panthers also competed at the Gary Curtis Invitational at Highland High School in Riverside. Mount Pleasant placed 7 on the podium with 12th ranked Levi Evans leading the way with a second place finish at 120 pounds. The Demons come in with a 6-5 dual record thanks in part to several multi-team duels. On the 8th, Washington hosted Triangular going 1-1 with a win over Minneapolis 47-26 and losing to Fort Madison 48-34. Washington then sent 8 wrestlers to the Bobcat Jerry Eckenrod Invitational at Benton Community High School. On the 10th of January, where 3 Demons placed with the highest being a 4th place finish by Keaton Greiner at 144 pounds. We will start with two openings at 106. And we'll do an exhibition match here at 120 for Washington. And for Mount Pleasant is Simeon English at 120. Takedown by English. This is a non-scoring matchup, I believe. Or no, I think we're starting at 120. So originally they announced Levi Evans, but instead it will be Simeon English. And he leads 3-1, escape by Resendez, and another takedown by English. 6-1 with 1:10 to go. English looking to turn Resendez to his back. Has secured near fall points here. And it looks like the count was stopped at 3. Now he's at 4. Very close to securing a pinfall. And he does! A pin in 1:19. All right, coming up at 126 pounds. No. All right, these are exhibition matches as I suspected. So, Simeon English's match does not count towards the total. He does get the pinfall victory. As we now have at 285 for the Panthers, it is Sawyer Getchie. And for the Demons, it's either Seth Vicker or Dillinger Burton. I believe it's Seth Vicker, as Getchie secures the takedown. And we have a tech violation for locked hands. That'll be a 1 point for Washington. For those of you joining us, you're watching a 285-pound exhibition match between Sawyer Getchie and Seth Vicker of Washington. The score is 3-2. Takedown by Getchie, an escape point, and then a technical violation by Getchie for locked hands, and that's how we are at 3-2 in this exhibition match at 285. Vicker looking to tried to fireman's carry Getchy. Nothing there. We're coming up on 10 seconds remaining in the first period. Still no score. I'm sorry, 3-2. No score since the tech violation by Getchy. We're going to a second period, and when I have some time, I also would like to recognize one of our sponsors for their support of Mount Pleasant Live. Thank you so much to Refreshment Services Pepsi for their support of launching Mount Pleasant Live. All right, second period commences in this exhibition match at 285 pounds. Getchy is a freshman for the Panthers. His counterpart is Juan Lopez at 285. He's a senior, so you're looking at the future of Panthers wrestling at heavyweight as Getchy is in deep on a single leg. Gets to his knees, losing leverage very quickly, but not letting go of that leg. If he can post that other leg and stay, he's going to secure a takedown there. 6-2. Vicker looking to establish position, trying to build his base back up while Getchy rides him very close to another tech violation there. The fingers did not touch. The referee was right on top of it. And now Getchy looking to get some work here, trying to get Vicker to his back as Vicker is now standing up. If he can face his opponent, he'll get the escape point here. Fighting hands, and he scores an escape point, 6-3. 30 seconds remaining, second period. Getchy again gets in on a single leg. Inside trip and secures a takedown. 9-3. Excellent head control here as a power half was very close to being put in. Short time here for Getchy to score near fall points. And it appears we will wrestle a third period in this exhibition match at 285 pounds. 9-3, heading into period number 3. With this lead by Getchy, he just needs to wrestle smart for the next 2 minutes and limit the mistakes in order to secure a victory over Seth Vicker. 9-3 with 1:42 to remaining. Vicker looking to throw Getchy, but Getchy's in on a single leg, whips him over in front. Good defense here by Vicker, but Getchy's still in an advantage position with the single leg in. Vicker now secures a 3-point takedown. It's now 9-6. Getchy is in a prone position. If he can escape, it's now 10-6. Both men standing straight up with 1:14 remaining in this third period, and Getchy up 10-6. You're not going to see a lot of fast-paced action at 285. But these two young men may surprise you as Vicker and Getchy are now at the middle of the mat with 50 seconds remaining. Getchy in the advantage, has a 4-point advantage, and Vicker needs a takedown and back points to secure a victory in come from behind fashion as he goes in for the inside leg. But Getchy is able to fight that one off. Back to a collar tie. Vicker looking to snap Getchy down. Unable to do so. 25 seconds remaining. Back to a tie. Collar tie in by Vicker looking to snap Getchy, and Getchy goes in on a single leg. Let's go. 10 seconds remaining, 10-6. Vicker again going to a collar tie. He's going to run out of time. And Sawyer Getchy will notch a victory in this exhibition match at 285 pounds, 10-6. And again, this match does not count towards the meet score. Excellent job by the freshman 285-pounder. Tonight we are honoring our seniors. There are 8 total. Zenlin Lee for the girls, and then 7 seniors for the Panther boys. Our seniors for Mount Pleasant include Lane Beckler at 126, Jefferson Avalos Ramirez at 132, Charlie Bonenkamp at 138, Colbean Ostby at 144, Ramsey Davis at 157, Jackson Newman at 175, and rounding out the seniors at 285 is Juan Lopez. On behalf of all of us in Mount Pleasant, in the Mount Pleasant community, thank you so much to the families, supporters, and the wrestlers themselves for contributing to this incredible program that is on the rise. Speaking of being on the rise, we are joined tonight by wrestlers from the Mount Pleasant Youth Wrestling Club. You will see them at Matt's side in the first 3 rows of the middle section. And to all of our Mount Pleasant Youth wrestlers, good luck the rest of this season as our boys are getting ready for this weekend's tournament action. And I can't remember where everyone's going this weekend. I know I'm not going anywhere this weekend. I'm taking a break for this weekend. But our boys are looking to secure their spot at the Casey's Center, just like these 2 teams are later next month. We are going to have a matchup at 106. Originally, it was open.
At 113 for Washington, Joseph Schreiber, Jr. For Mount Pleasant, softball.
Avon Beecham will be wrestling up to 113, and 106 will be open for both. Avon Beecham comes in at 13-9 with 9 falls. At the Triangular on January 8th, as both go out of bounds, he won by forfeit against Iowa Valley, lost by fall to Cooper Sampson in North Mahaska, and then won by forfeit over Sigourney Kyoto. We will be joined here momentarily by my friend and analyst, Coach Nick Ettinger of the Mount Pleasant Youth Wrestling Club, as Potentially Dangerous has been called. And we will restart here with 1:38. Beecham in on an ankle pick. Good defense by Schreiber. Schreiber near the boundary line. Good defense there by Avon Beecham. No, and a 3 takedown secured by Schreiber. And as we get ready for this, as Beecham takes down, it's my honor to introduce to you my analyst for the evening, Coach Nick Ettinger. Nick, welcome to the broadcast.
Hey, thanks, Luis. Welcome.
You got rave reviews for being here last week, and so we decided to bring you back because folks are tired of hearing my voice.
I can't imagine why.
The score is 3-0 in the second period, a late takedown by Joseph Schreiber.
Yeah, Schreiber's a game wrestler. Avon hangs around in this match long enough. I think you see the score go the other way. Hopefully he can keep battling here and get it done.
Beecham is no stranger to adversity. He also competed on January 10th at the Gary Curtis Invite at Highland, where he went 2-1, placing third with 2 pins, including a pin over Riverside Oakland's Colton Herring in the third place match.
That's a big tournament, too. Highland brought a lot of talent out this year. I looked up that tournament on Flow. It was a stacked room. To win that thing, even to get third, was pretty impressive for anybody in attendance.
Beecham typically wrestles at 106. He is wrestling up at 113, as caution is called on Schreiber for covering too early. Beecham has seen some action, but in dual opportunities, he's been seeing a lot of forfeits, as 106 is kind of hard to fill at the high school level.
Yeah, Haven's used to wrestling up. His whole life he's been a little guy. Last year as a freshman, he wasn't 106 pounds yet, so most exhibition matches he was the light body on the mat. So I look for him to do just fine at 113.
I remember Avon when he was in 4th grade and probably 52 pounds, wrestling my son at the time, a 1st grader, getting them ready for Super Pee Wee. So
Yeah.
that was...
Avon was a constant in the room. I think a lot of these younger kids, in that 4th to 6th grade era, they all know Avon pretty well because he was always there, always willing to help. Had a lot of fun with the kids. That's a good shot. He's in deep. We'll see if he can hit the corner here, get his elbow to the mat, and finish.
Excellent defense by Schreiber here as he's deep on a gut wrench from a forward prone position. But Beecham is deep in on that right leg. Schreiber also riding that ankle hard, and a stalemate is called. A stalemate is when the referee believes neither wrestlers are in an advantage and they restart at a neutral position.
Yeah.
Nice defense there by Beecham.
Good there,
Can he
good.
secure the 3? He
got
does.
3 and gave him
And gives
back
up
the
the
one.
escape. 4-3 Schreiber, 1:15 as again
Build
Beecham.
up. Forward, forward, forward. Avon attacks with confidence after that takedown. They switch positions here towards the end. And Schreiber
And he's
gets
going to give up the 3 there. Takedown 3 points for Schreiber. 7-3, a minute remaining in the second period.
It's crazy how I just watching some of these kids that I've been around so much, they make my heart race. Like I'm excited right now. This is incredible.
Avon is a sophomore, so he is about 4 years removed from when he was a youth wrestler, but credit to Avon. Even in middle school, he'd show up to the wrestling room and impart his knowledge to the youth wrestlers that were following in his footsteps as he is battling here from the bottom as Schreiber is riding him pretty hard. A sit out there leads to a reversal for 2. 7-5 with 12 seconds remaining.
No time. Do not cut him. Stay on him. Not enough time to cut him. See if he can keep him on the mat here and look to score
Beecham,
a takedown in third.
Beecham will have choice here. What are you thinking, Nick?
I'm
Down
thinking
2?
you put him down, you get your 2, you tie the match, you cut him and get a takedown, or you go neutral.
And that's exactly what Beecham is choosing. He is choosing down. Third period, 7-5 Schreiber.
Look for Avon to be savvy here. That switch probably doesn't work twice. We'll see if he can do it.
Forward pressure being established by Schreiber here. Attempting another sit out. Schreiber defends it.
He got him trapped. Let's see if he can get his hips through. Oh, abandons the hip up over.
7-5, a minute 30. Coming up in period number 3. This is the first matchup of tonight's duel. 106 was open for both teams. Avon Beecham is wrestling up at 113 against Joseph Schreiber of Washington, down 7-5 with a minute 10 remaining in regulation.
Face him.
Referee now telling Beecham to move. He has 2 stall calls to use.
There's some disadvantage to being the lighter wrestler just because of the effort it takes to wrestle with somebody heavier than you. But Avon looks to be a little tired here. We'll see if he can muster up some strength here in the next 45 to get his 2.
He's close to getting a 2 here.
Don't bail out.
And he gets stuck underneath Schreiber once again on his hip. Not a good position for him to be in with 30 seconds remaining in this match. And he gets, almost turned to his back there. Schreiber maintaining his foot in bounds. And we will restart.
17.7 seconds left on the clock, down 2. One big move here ties this thing.
Schreiber was talking to the referee for a split second there. I thought he was going to let him go neutral. It looks like he's going to.
You could run for 17 seconds. It's not a bad strategy, actually. You still win by 1 if you can run for 17.
Schreiber here off to the side, looking to tilt Beecham to his back with 10 seconds remaining. Does not have to do much. Beecham has to do all the work with 5 seconds remaining, and it looks like he's going to run out of time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and Joseph Schreiber wins 7-5 decision over Avon Beecham.
It's a gutsy exchange to step up for your team to go from 106 to 113.
Absolutely.
Kudos to Schreiber to gut that thing out in a close match. But, yeah, Avon, job well done. Keep it close.
3 points for Washington. A reminder, in dual scoring, a decision for a team is 3 points. We have Johan Resendez for Washington and newly ranked number 12 for IA Russell, Levi Evans, sophomore, 18-4 on the season, 10 falls, 3 victories by tech fall. Levi, quick shot. Takedown 3. He's going to let his opponent escape there.
Cuts him. 3-1 with the escape.
Another escape, another takedown. And we will restart at the center of the mat. 6-1 very quickly, 28 seconds in. And Resendez will go bottom and escape. As
Levi lets him stand up. I'd look to see Levi be ranked higher than 12 as the season goes on.
120 pounds is no joke in the state of Iowa, especially at 2A as an inside trip.
First things
Go
like
into a throw. Takedown
Double
3.
underhook.
And
Big trip for
in
the pin.
44 seconds of the first period, a pinfall victory for Levi Evans, number 12 ranked Levi Evans. And before I got to it, he also secured second place at the Gary Curtis Invitational, going 2-1 with 2 pins, losing in the final to Albernet's LT DeWitt by 15-10 decision. A match that Evans was down 9-3, came back within 12-9, and unfortunately succumbed to a 15-10 decision.
Yeah, Atlee DeWitt's ranked 6.
Yeah.
So 6 or 7, somewhere in there. He's ranked in the upper 10. That was a game match. I look for that one to go a different direction when they meet at the district.
At 126 pounds, senior Lane Beckler secures the first takedown of the matchup, taking on Edwin Cortez of Washington.
It'd be so awesome for Lane to get a pin here. Senior night, last home meet. Lane's just one of those kids with a heart of gold. Works so hard. Deserves everything that he gets.
Beckler 16-7 with 8 falls on the season as he lets Cortez up and an escape point. It is now 3-1, and he's in on another takedown very quickly. 6-1. Beckler won by fall over Iowa Valley's Landon Kilgard, won by forfeit against North Mahaska, and won by forfeit over Sigourney Kyoto on the 8th. He then went on to secure 5th place at the Gary Curtis Invitational, going 2-1 with a win by fall over West Branch's Liam Exline. As he turns Cortez to his back and secures the pinfall in a minute 2 on senior night for the very last time in front of the home crowd. Lane Beckler from Mount Pleasant.
Good job, Lane. Shout out Lane Beckler. Senior night.
I got goosebumps on that.
Me too. I'm in my feelings. Goodness.
All right, coming up at 132 pounds for Washington, Josiah Tiffany. And for Mount Pleasant, Jefferson Avalos Ramirez, another senior at 132 pounds. Coming in. I don't think that's correct. And on the shot is either Tiffany or Bartholomew. Bartholomew was announced as the 138 participant. We are at 132. No score on that attempt at a takedown near the boundary line.
Jefferson's on a re-attack here. Looks pretty deep on the leg. He has some space. If he can avoid the cradle, well, we are going to see who scores.
He is in a prone position right now.
Washington.
And that's a pin.
Jim Barton Construction has all your assembly needs under one roof.
Clayton
With a plethora of
Bartholomew.
services at our disposal. No job is too small or too
He
large
saw
for
something I
JBC.
didn't. We'll say that.
Call the number on screen now or go
maybe the
online
camera
at
angle on the floor there catches that.
jimbartonconstruction.com.
I am half blind though, so there's a possibility he was stuck.
So Bartholomew wrestled down from 138 to 132, and now coming up at 138 is another senior for Mount Pleasant.
At 138 for Washington, sophomore,
Josiah Tiffany now at 138. He was originally listed as 132, and senior Charlie Bonenkamp for the Panthers. Bonenkamp comes in at 9-13 with 4 falls. A win by Fez. There's a potentially dangerous there, as 1 point will be awarded, as Tiffany did not have an arm to brace the impact on the throw. And injury time will now occur. And we're going to bring it back to the booth here as
hate
the medical personnel are attending to Josiah Tiffany wrestling at 138 against Charlie Bonenkamp on senior night.
Hopefully he catches his breath, is able to come and continue. Charlie, that's not character of Charlie. Charlie's never going to hurt somebody on purpose, but when you get into a combat sport, emotions are high. I'm sure he's just thinking that's just a normal mat return. Things move really fast down there, and hopefully Charlie can shake this off and get ready to continue this match. And,
All right.
best wishes to the Washington wrestler, who looks to be ready to stand up and
Tiffany is now back on his feet. Looks like his shoulder and neck area is what they're looking at. We're going to take a very quick 30-second break. We'll be right back. You're watching Panther Wrestling, powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their
Injury
community.
default.
That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Six.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant Community High School gym, as an injury default for Josiah Tiffany. That is 6 points for Mount Pleasant. They put 6 points on the board for Washington.
Correct. That is 6 points for Washington.
And it is 6 points for Washington. That is correct.
So Charlie unfortunately was disqualified for the illegal mat return. The other wrestler's not able to continue.
All right, 144 pounds, great Caden Griner for Washington, and Colbean Ospey as Griner secures the takedown.
I often joke when I go through Washington, half the signs say Griner. I had a lot of athletic battles, whether it be on the football field, wrestling mat, with guys with the last name Griner from Washington. They seem to all be fast and athletic. So there must be a village of them in Washington.
Ospey continues our run of seniors here, 9-9 with 4 falls. At the most recent duel against Iowa Valley, he won by fall over Dagan Vargas, as potentially dangerous called going back to the center, or was that a stalemate? Looked like.
I'm unsure. I didn't see the referee's hand signals. It didn't look like he gave one. Carter says potentially dangerous?
That's potentially dangerous there. Our rules analyst Carter Ettinger. Griner again, riding Ospey to the mat.
Hit, a pretty decent Granby attempt there, but Griner had the answer. He followed him right through it.
Ospey also took a loss by fall to North Mahaska's Luke Reed, but then secured a pinfall victory over Sigourney Kyoto's Bryson Horace. Gary Curtis, unfortunately for Ospey, he did not place. He went 0-2 at that tournament. 15-12 Washington. We are in match number 5, 144 pounds. Caden Griner against Colbean Ospey, as Griner has the advantage at 3-0 with less than 10 seconds remaining. He secures a near fall here and a pin at 1:11.
Luis, it's always a pleasure. I'm going to go watch the rest of this wrestling meet. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for having us. Good luck the rest of the season.
It's going to be a grind. I think we have a handful of practices left before districts, and then it's right about 2 months before state. Now, youth wrestling team's geared up. They're all excited. They all look plugged into this high school wrestling meet, and it's really fun to watch. So I'll leave you be, and thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us, Nick. Nick Enninger from the Mount Pleasant Youth Wrestling Club, and Carter Enninger also. Thank you so much for joining us, boys. All right, we now move on to 150 pounds. Junior Valdez for Washington and Landon Yoakum for Mount Pleasant. On the season, Landon Yoakum is 9-18 with 3 falls. At the most recent duel against Iowa Valley, he lost by fall to Chance Hoyt, lost by fall to North Mahaska's Aiden Groom, and lost by fall to Sigourney Keota's Luke Flynn, as Valdez secures a takedown. The wind seems to be taken out of the sails of the Mount Pleasant crowd, as Washington has taken a 21-12 lead in this duel and is currently leading 3-0 in the first period. As another cradle is locked in, near fall, no near fall. The referee said no control on Valdez's cradle attempt. And he rolls him through to his back. Referee counts 4, near fall 4. And he's got 50 seconds to secure the pin in this pinning predicament that Yoakum finds himself in. At this moment, it's just finding the right angle to secure the blades to the mat, and Yoakum is able to get to his back. 7-0, Valdez with 30 seconds remaining. Valdez working from the side, has his leg now head in the hole, trying to turn him over to his back. Yoakum now, oh, he pulled him right on top of him. Near fall points here, and Valdez is very close to securing a pinfall. Yoakum is now to his belly. The count is at 3, I believe, possibly 4, as the buzzer sounds, and it's a 4 near fall. 11-0, Valdez up on Yoakum, heading to period number 2. Yoakum chooses down. And a discussion at the mat between the Demons coach and the referee. Just some clarification. Decision choice by Valdez was top. Has an arm bar. No, not able to secure the single wing there. Yoakum on his belly. Gets his arm back, faces him. If he can get, he dumps him over, and very close to securing at least a 1. If he can, oh, so close. And he's in a prone position again. Watch that shoulder there. Nothing yet. Now we got near fall. 45-degree angle. 45 degrees needs to clear as near fall 3 for Junior Valdez makes it 14-0. Once the prone wrestler's shoulders is at a 45-degree angle or more, then the referee can start the count. Valdez now working on from the front, not letting Yoakum build his base up with 35 seconds remaining, up 14-0 in this 150-pound matchup. Right now, Washington is close to securing, at the very least, a major decision if no points are scored, and the time runs out in period 3, as it looks like we're getting close to going to a third period. 12 seconds remaining. Yoakum fighting for his life, trying to stay alive in this matchup. Yoakum able to escape there, secures 1 point. He's down 14-1, and we're going neutral, choice by Yoakum. A takedown will end it if Valdez is able to secure it. Yoakum with some heavy hands. Collar tie, prone position there, and a throw by Valdez. That'll end it. Looking for the fall, and we're going to get a tech fall, and the referee stops it. 17-1 is your final score. A tech fall for 5 points for Washington. 26-12 is your score.
At 157 for Washington, sophomore Cash Vargas. For Mount Pleasant, senior Ramsey Davis.
Another senior is Ramsey Davis as he takes on Cash Vargas of Washington at 157 pounds. Ramsey comes in, having lost by fall to Iowa Valley. Iowa Valley's Tyson Kriegel as he secures a takedown. And they will start back up at the center with Vargas going in the bottom position. Davis says, nope, I'll give up the escape point now and go neutral, so 3-1. Davis went 1-2 in the triangular. Lost by fall to North Mahaska's Gage Reese and won by forfeit against Sigourney Kyoto as he secures a second takedown, 6-1, a minute 25. At the Gary Curtis Invitational as the escape is awarded there, 6-2. Davis went 2-2 with 2 falls. He lost in the semifinals at 157 pounds to Alburnet's Cooper Franklin at a 17-1 tech fall and lost the third place match by an 11-4 decision to Iowa City Regina's James Whistler. In on an ankle pick. Takedown for Davis, 9-2, 54 seconds. At this point now, the Panthers are needing pins. Down 14 with 5 matches remaining. Still anybody's duel as he gets near fall here and a pin. A pin for Ramsey Davis at a minute 21. (26-18). Coming up at 165 for Washington, Caden Heisner. For Mount Pleasant, Keegan Birdsell.
65 for Washington, junior Caden Heisner. For Mount Pleasant, junior Keegan Birdsell.
Birdsell comes in at 15-8. The junior also has 8 falls. He won by major decision over Iowa Valley's Dane Smith, lost by fall to North Mahaska's Ryan Groom, and won by tech fall over Sigourney Kyoto's Max Peterson as he secures a takedown and then gives up the escape point to Heisner. And Heisner very quickly secures a takedown 3. And Birdsell with some defense trying to roll over Heisner. As near fall 3 counted, 7-3. Birdsell got caught. As now the wrestlers are at the boundary line. 50-50 position and out of bound. Birdsell secured the first takedown, gave up the escape, let him go, then got caught. Caden with the throw for a takedown 3 near fall. And that's how we find ourselves at 7-3 with a minute 16 to go. Birdsell secures at least the escape. No, nothing awarded yet, out of bound. Yes, an escape point there. 7-4. They will restart at neutral. Birdsell, blast double for the takedown. We are tied at 7, and I don't think Birdsell's going to let him up this time. Birdsell securing that wrist. Heisner gets it back. 42 seconds remaining. Birdsell using his head as a pulley. Looking for a wing here. To the back is Heisner at the boundary line. 3 near fall counted so far. Birdsell's foot still inbound and now a stoppage. And that is a 4 near fall. 11-7 Birdsell. A pinfall or tech fall will be nice for the Panthers as a mat return sends Heisner to the mat with 14 seconds left. Birdsell and potentially dangerous there on the single wing attempt. Heisner will start from the bottom. The momentum shifted in this duel when Charlie Bonenkamp was disqualified for a potentially dangerous move that knocked Josiah Tiffany out of the matchup for not bracing his arm on a mat return. And we are going to go to a second period with Birdsell up 11-7. 18 points scored in that first period. At the Gary Curtis Invitational, as Heisner chooses neutral, Birdsell went 1-2 with a fall victory over Iowa City Regina's Luke Hamilton's in the quarters, lost in the semifinal by fall, and in the third place match, 8-1 decision to West Branch's Cooper Glass is a 3-point takedown secured by Heisner, 11-10. Birdsell working on that outside leg and is able to secure a reversal for 2. 13-10, 30 seconds into the second period. Birdsell has his wrist, and again another attempt here at a pin. Birdsell has his foot in, and it looks like 3 near fall. 16-10. We are approaching major decision territory. If Birdsell is able to secure a victory by 8 points or more, it is a major decision, and it's worth 4 points for the Panthers. A tech fall is 15 points or more. That would be 5 points, and a fall would be 6 points, and that's something that the Panthers desperately need as an attempt at a butcher is secured, and a pinfall by Keegan Birdsell at 3:30. 6 points. And it's now 26-24 Washington as we have a barn burner brewing as we now go to 175. Mark Chenoweth taking on senior Jack Newman. Newman lost by fall to Iowa Valley's Mason Hoyt and by fall to North Mahaska's Max Reed, and secured a victory by fall over Sigourney Keota's Aiden Parker. He did not participate in the Gary Curtis Invitational. A 50-50 scramble here. Newman, very close to securing the throw. No points awarded there as neither he nor his opponent had control. Both men went out of bounds. Newman looking to secure points here for the Panthers as the Panthers are down 26-24 in on a shot, on a fake and then a reshot. But good defense here by Chenoweth. Chenoweth with his hips back and a 3-point takedown by Newman on the go behind. Newman chopping Chenoweth's right arm, securing control. Chenoweth now escapes We return to neutral with a minute, coming up on a minute in the first period. Chenoweth in on a single leg, defended nicely by Newman with his hips back. Appears to be in a good position here. And now Chenoweth needing to dump Newman over, very close here. Has control of that leg, is able to climb up. No points, takedown secured. 4-3 Chenoweth with 30 seconds remaining in the first period. He's got Newman to his back, no points secured there. On that wing attempt, near fall count started but not secured. He's got Newman in a predicament. 4 near fall is the count. 9 seconds if Newman can hold on. Chenoweth needing to secure this pin for the Demons and does. A minute 59 secures the pin. 32-24. Still within reach, but Ethan Peck at 190 unopposed. Reese wins, and that will secure the duel for Washington, 38-24 with 2 matches remaining. At 2:15 coming up, Braden Vermillion to take on Owen Furch. Furch, the sophomore at 8-18 with 5 falls. He went 0-3 in the triangular, losing to Iowa Valley's Nolan Kriegel, North Mahaska's Chance Angle, and Sigourney Kyoto's Braden Signs, all by fall. At the Gary Curtis Invitational, did not place, going 0-2 as he goes down to his back, and a pin by Braden Vermillion at 27 seconds. And they add to their total, now taking a 44-24 advantage with 1 match remaining, and it's our final senior of the evening. At 285 pounds, Juan Lopez for the Panthers and Rudy Wolf for the Demons. Lopez coming in at 10-11 with 5 fouls. He lost by fall to Iowa Valley's Caleb Huber, won by 11-6 decision over North Mahaska's Hunter Briesel, and lost by fall to Sigourney Kyoto's Owen Menke. He placed 6th at the Gary Curtis Invitational, going 2-2 with a fall and a decision, and lost the 5th place match to Wilton's Coy Smith by fall. Lopez giving up some height against Rudy Wolf, who comes in weighing in at about 265 pounds, well below the 285-pound maximum at this heavyweight contest. Both heavyweights still in the middle of the mat, securing position. Lopez looking for a throw, nothing there. Good defense by Wolf. Trying to snap Wolf down. Lopez unsuccessful, and they'll restart. Lopez with a double underhook, looking to snap down. A go behind away from 3 points. Still battling, still battling. Wolf has Lopez's inside leg. He's at an advantage. A whizzer applied by Lopez. Excellent balance by Lopez, and he gives up the takedown. Lopez hung on as long as he could, and Wolf secures the takedown with 24 seconds remaining in the first period, and Lopez will secure a reversal. And an escape by Wolf. 6-2. 4-2 now, sorry. After period 1, it's Rudy Wolf 4 and Lopez 2. Washington deferred on choice. Lopez chooses down. Wolf looking to secure Lopez's hips here, riding him, trying to flatten him out. And Lopez to his feet secures an escape. 4-3, and we're back at neutral. Some heavy hand fighting there. And both men will restart here. Lopez in on a collar tie. Wolf says no. We'll restart again. More hand fighting. Collar tie now being applied by Wolf. Lopez has the bicep. Trying to secure an inside tie. Collar and elbow by Lopez. In on a shot is Wolf. Lopez close to securing a takedown. No control there. A mat return will secure a takedown here with 36 seconds to go. And he's got it! Takedown! Lopez 6-4, an escape by Wolf 6-5. 25 seconds. This becomes interesting because Wolf has choice in the third period. And if it stays 6-5, we're going to have some action in the third period. 12 seconds remaining. Lopez up by 1 at 285 to end this duel, which will be a Washington victory over Mount Pleasant tonight. Lopez, in his final match as a Panther, is up 6-5 in the third period. I should say his final match in front of the home crowd. He still has a couple more duels before his high school career ends, as Lopez will now need to ride Wolf out to secure a 6-5 victory. Wolf in a sit-out, and very quickly, we're at neutral, tied at 6 with a minute 50 to go. And the big boys are going to end it here. Someone's going to win it, and they're going to have to win it from their feet. Collar and elbow by Wolf. Separates, and we'll restart. We're at the center of the mat with a minute 30 remaining in this third period. Collar and elbow again by Wolf. Collar tie in by Lopez. A little methodical between these two heavyweights here. Coming up on a minute 10 remaining in this third period. If neither secures a takedown or any points scored, we will go to sudden victory. 1 minute remaining in this matchup as Wolf was close to securing a takedown there. Lopez almost lost his balance. Both men circle to the center of the mat. 47 remaining. Lopez in on a collar tie. Wolf attempts a shot. Lopez defends it near the boundary line and out of bounds. Will return neutral at center. Good scramble there between both men. Good defense by Lopez. 33.6 remaining. This is going to be a battle of attrition. Who has the reserves left in the tank to take this one? And for Lopez, my hope it's him in his final match in front of the home crowd. What a way to end his home career. 17 seconds remaining. I think both men might be okay with going to sudden victory. 7 seconds remaining. Lopez locked in, and we're going to go to sudden victory. In sudden victory, both men will start at a neutral position. 1 minute on the clock. The first man to secure a takedown wins. If neither secure a takedown, we go to tiebreakers. Again, collar and elbow tie up by Wolf. Collar tie by Lopez at the center of the mat. Lopez, ear to ear now. Now forehead to forehead. Lopez was looking for a snap down. Almost in a prone position there, leaving himself vulnerable to a throw. Separates here. We're now at 30 seconds remaining in sudden victory. Lock up again. Separation again. Wolf fakes a shot and going back to the collar and elbow. 15 remaining. Lopez in on the bicep, trying to secure an inside tie. A 2-on-1 applied by Wolf with 3 seconds in sudden victory. We're going to go to tiebreakers. All right, in tiebreakers, one man has choice. The choice goes to Juan Lopez. If 30 seconds on the clock, if Lopez can get out, then the choice will go to Wolf. If Lopez can secure, Wolf needs to ride him out. Lopez needs to escape. We are in tiebreaker 1. Lopez to his feet and a mat return by Wolf. Wolf has Lopez secured. Look at this, Lopez. 9 seconds remaining. Do we have locked hands? No. Mat return by Wolf. 3 seconds to go. Wolf is going to ride out Lopez. So now Wolf will go and choose down. Wolf will choose down. We are now in tiebreaker 2. If Wolf escapes, he wins. If Lopez rides him out, we'll see what happens. I believe it goes to the last person to secure a takedown, which at this point was Juan Lopez. 30 seconds to go. Lopez needs to ride Wolf out. Can he? No. Escape by Wolf with 17 remaining. Lopez needs a takedown here in order to win on his senior night. 10 seconds to go. He needs to give it all he's got. 8 seconds. A shot in by Lopez, and he's going to run out of time. Stalling called, but Juan Lopez loses 7-6, tiebreaker 2. 3 points to the visitors, and that is your final of 47-24. 47-24, Washington takes this conference matchup. And on this senior night, we bid farewell to our 7 men and 1 woman who have given their all to this Mount Pleasant wrestling program at the high school level. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to go find Coach Blint, have some words with him about tonight's performance and tonight's duel, and see where we go from here. You're watching Panther Wrestling, presented and powered by Midwest Old Threshers.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Mount Pleasant Tire is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. We have everything your car needs, from oil changes to tire and engine repair and much, much more. Give us a call or go online at mountpleasanttires.com. Mount Pleasant Tire, we keep you rolling.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouth-watering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Your dream home in Mount Pleasant is your one-stop shop for everything home decor, flooring, and design. With options from recliners to mattresses and flooring options from vinyl plank to carpet, find your home's beauty at your dream home. Your home, your dream.
For everything, there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, for God has made everything suitable for its time. Kimsey Funeral Home, Mount Pleasant.
Pep Stop is a proud sponsor of Mount Pleasant Live and Mount Pleasant Athletics. Pep Stop is your one-stop shop for everything from gas, top-of-the-line car wash, a snack and a drink for the road, or a pizza on a Friday night. Stop in or call us at 319-385-4112.
All right, welcome back to Mount Pleasant Community High School Gym, where you are watching the Panther Wrestling post-match show presented by Your Dream Home Furniture and Floors. All right, folks, a split in tonight's boys and girls duel between the Demons and the Panthers, where the women earlier tonight won 36-24, and the men lost to the Demons 47-24 in this conference matchup. And joining me is Coach Abby Blint. Coach, don't be shy. Come on over. So, Coach, tonight we honored our seniors, and we have our one and only senior for the women here, Zenlin Lee. And before we talk about tonight's matchup, I want to ask you, what does it mean for you to have a phenomenal wrestler like Zenlin, and what's it mean to the program and the growth of the girls program here at Mount Pleasant High School?
Yeah, it's great to have a senior on board. She's been around wrestling a little bit, so for all of our newer wrestlers, it's great to have a good leader, and a senior is always a good leader, and Zenlin's a great role model for that aspect, so we're love to have her.
All right. Heard your coach say really nice things to you. I'm sure that's probably a usual thing. Sometimes it can't be, but tonight you wrestled in what turned out to be your second home duel, and unfortunately your last one in front of the crowd, and it didn't go your way. But tell us about your experience in the girls program. Where do you go from here? What's it mean to be a Panther for you?
It's a great experience. I've had a lot of hard lessons learned and a lot of good ones learned as well. I have a really great team. My coaches always are there to lift me up even through the hard matches. Going to keep to push through.
I see you are sporting an ice pack. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think.
We'll see what happens, right? Last year you qualified at 145 pounds. The road to Ottumwa is nearing, and we got at least one more duel coming up, and at least one more invitation. What do you do in order to get ready for the regional coming up?
We're just going to try to heal and get better.
Awesome. Great job tonight, Zenlin. It didn't go the way you wanted to, but you did us proud, and I wish you luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Coach, tonight went our way, 36-24. What were some highlights for you in tonight's duel?
Some highlights were having those weights that they didn't have. Those really helped us out, but then Paris and Quintry really did their job, and it was a great team effort, but we got it done.
I think the women's team is looking very nice coming up here as we approach the end of the season. What is your one piece of advice to your ladies as we gear up for this final drive?
To really hone in on those basics that we can, our go-to single leg, double leg, and just really get healthy so we're ready to go.
All right, excellent job, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations and best of luck the rest of the season, ladies. Yes, we have Coach Blint over there. We'll get to him momentarily. 36-24 was the final in the women's duel. Our wrestler of the night for the women was Quintry Lee. She secured a pinfall victory in 3 minutes and 46 seconds after securing was about close to a tech fall, as she was up 13-0 before securing the pinfall victory over Nora Stoutner of Washington. She is our girls' choice for wrestler of the night. Over on the boys' side, unfortunately for them, the Demons came in and in this conference matchup secured a 47-24 victory over the Panthers, highlighted by pinfall victories by Caden Greiner and a victory by tech fall by Junior Valdez. The momentum really shifted for the Panthers after Charlie Bonenkamp was disqualified for injury default when he threw his opponent Josiah Tiffany to the mat without bracing himself with an arm. That resulted in a disqualification and 6 points for Washington. And it seemed to me from that point forward the Panthers could not recover. However, our wrestler tonight is Keegan Birdsell, as he came in at 165 pounds and had to scrap for his 6 point for the Panthers with securing a pinfall in 3 minutes and 30 seconds over Caden Heisner of Washington. Keegan Birdsell is our choice for boys wrestler of the night. All right, over here, I'd like to highlight some of our Mount Pleasant youth wrestlers as Pete is going to walk over to me. Again, you are watching the Mount Pleasant Panther post-match show presented by Your Dream Home Furniture as the Panthers wrestling team secures a 1-1 split with the Washington Demons. And I am joined here now by members of the Mount Pleasant Youth Wrestling team, and I'm going to go ahead and just pick at random. I'm going to go with Eric Steele. Eric, what do you think of tonight's matchup between the Demons and the Panthers?
It was very intense. I think it was a very close match. They came to wrestle for sure.
Absolutely. What was your favorite match of the night?
Probably Lane Becker's.
Lane Beckler secured a pinfall victory on his senior night. Who else? What else? Colton Kruger here with Mount Pleasant Youth Wrestling and DC Elite Wrestling as well. Colton, what was your favorite match of the night?
Probably Levi's.
Levi Evans at 120 pounds. What's your favorite move that he likes to do?
Probably the Splato.
The Splato. Okay. All right, that's a good move. And let's talk to the ladies here. Any ladies here? Oh, I know this young woman, Cece Aranda. Cece, the girls participated tonight, 36-24 girls duel. What was something that you learned watching the girls tonight? Awesome job, Cece. Jack, what was your favorite match of the night?
Probably Levi Evans also.
Levi Evans. Now, show of hands, how many of you enjoy watching Levi Evans at 120 pounds? All right. Levi Evans at 120 pounds was a product of Mount Pleasant Youth Wrestling. Like these gentlemen and young lady here. Did you all have fun tonight? Yeah. Do you all see yourselves wrestling in front of the home crowd? Yeah. Awesome job, guys. Thank you so much. Good luck to you guys the rest of the season. How many of you are going to be wrestling at districts? How many of you are going to be wrestling at Super Pee Wee? How many of you are going to wrestle at Girls State? All right, that's what I like to see. This here is the future of youth wrestling in Mount Pleasant. Thank you so much to our friends at Mount Pleasant Youth Wrestling Club, and also thank you to Coach Nick Ettinger, who joined analysis of tonight's matchup between the Demons and the Panthers. You have been watching the Mount Pleasant Panther postgame show brought to you by Your Dream Home Furniture and Floors in Mount Pleasant. The Panthers wrestling team will continue on to Waco High School on January 17th as they take part in the Waco Warriors Invitational. Their next duel will be on January 22nd at Fairfield for a conference showdown. After that, just 2 more invitationals and a duel at Burlington await them before the attention turns to the boys wrestling district meet on February 14th, where the boys vie for a spot at the Casey Center in late February for opportunity at a state title in 2A boys wrestling. For the girls, let me find my notes here. The ladies will be back in action this weekend as the girls will participate in their final individual event of the regular season at the Pella Girls Invitational on January 17th. Mount Pleasant will wrap up the regular season on January 22nd when they visit the Fairfield Trojans in a doubleheader duel, and they will then travel to Ottumwa to participate in the IGH SAU 2A Region 5 tournament to determine who will qualify for the state tournament at Extreme Arena in Coralville on February 5th and 6th. I don't see Coach Blint anywhere, but I will definitely catch him the next time. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow night as we bring you coverage of the boys and girls basketball doubleheader between the Burlington Greyhounds and your Mount Pleasant Panthers. Coverage will begin for that one at 5:55, and tip-off for the girls set for 6 p.m. For my producer, Kellen Gracie, and behind the camera, Peter Camp, and our director, Matt Bryant, watching at home, I'm Luis Aranda, bidding you farewell from Mount Pleasant Community High School Gym, where once again the Demons and the Panthers split a girls and boys dual doubleheader with both the girl Panthers and the boy Demons winning one duel apiece. This has been the Mount Pleasant Panther Wrestling on Mount Pleasant Live, powered by Midwest Oath Threshers. And KDN, my kids, we're going home. Good night from Mount Pleasant.